Hey, what's going on, guys? Oh, just left work. Thought I'd shoot a little video for you guys on the way home. Something that I've been thinking about often, actually, which is a big question: is motovlogging dead? I'm gonna give you the short answer, and then I'm gonna go into detail. The short answer is yes. Motovlogging is dead. I don't know if anyone remembers, right? Hold on, let's see. Boom. I don't know if anyone remembers the OGs. Do It With Dan's still relevant. You know, he still has a bunch of viewers, but he doesn't make the same content he used to. I'll say his peak was 2014, 2013, maybe 2015. I don't know. I've been watching him and motovlogging for a long time. I remember he had an old CBR 600. I don't know if it was the F4i. I don't know, but that's when I started watching Do It With Dan. Some other OGs like Motonocity. He has some stuff going on. Hunter Honda, Joe Go 101. I feel like those were some real OGs of the motovlogging world, you know, and back then it was just so new. Back in, like, I'd say mid 2010s, you know, 2015 I feel like was like a big year for motovlogging. 2016 they were doing a bunch of creator meets. SPK in Allen, Texas was giant with like the creator and the motovloggers. I went out there in when was it? I think 2019. I went out there and I met, you know, Baker X Derek, Suicide, no, Delinquent, oh no, Suburban Delinquent, there we go. Met him, and I remember I think it was like 19 when I saw those guys, when I met them, and I was riding an old, like, 2001 Honda VTX 1800, you know. Thought I was one of the coolest people in the world. But yeah, I remember meeting those guys and thinking, like, these guys really made it, and they did. You know, they made a huge impact on you know, on motorcycles, you know, especially in my age. It was 18, 19, 17 back then. All right, hold on, talking is gonna be gibberish because I'm trying to focus. Size of that back tire, holy shoot, damn, my goodness, thank you so much. All right, let me not go too fast so the wind noise doesn't drown me out. But as I was saying, those guys made it, I would say, really big in the motovlogging community. I mean, they were having home meets just for their YouTube channel, you know. And so I feel like the sense of excitement and something new was so relevant back in the mid 2010s, 2015s, right? And you know, I just think it got ran with for too long, you know. Some people are still putting out the same stuff that they were, you know, 7-8 years ago. And also, you know, not changing it up is gonna get old. It is. I mean, I've never really, like, tried to be part of this, like, motovlogging community. I really just be doing stuff because I'm bored. But for the people who were, like, trying to make this their career, you know, and people who were dropping the I'm quitting YouTube videos, you know, because they had a few months of success and then refused to change, was ultimately, I think, a lot of motovloggers' downfall. That's why you see today another touchy subject, I guess, in the community, right, is, you know, the helmet creators. You know, social media is just different than it was back in that day, and so to be relevant now isn't really for motovlogging. Like, I mean, even I'm guilty of it. Like, this video is probably not going on my Instagram because it's not going to be relevant. And if it does go on YouTube, you know, a select few will watch it, but that's just not what's getting the views right now. That's just not what's relevant. This is really just me talking about what's on my mind. But things that are relevant is, like I said before, the helmet creators, the S1K riders. Everyone has an S1K and everyone's in debt, which I think is foolish, right? A lot of these people cannot afford these bikes and they just end up going into debt, and they can do nothing else but make videos on Instagram, right? But yeah, and I think the trend of going fast is just different than it was back in the day. You know, now it's glorified to go fast and to put others' lives at risk, which is something that I see daily, right? There is a time and a place if you want to go fast, but it's not everywhere you go. So yeah, I do feel like the bike talk and the bikers of, you know, Instagram trend has definitely taken over, and just really weeded out the classic motovloggers that we used to watch so much, because they just weren't pumping out adrenaline anymore. You know, back when it was so relevant, we loved the vlogs, we loved the talk shows, you know, with the occasional adrenaline. Like I said, that Jogo 101 rode like a 2013 ZX6R to the max. That dude was crazy, you know. But yeah, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. What do we have here? Do you? It's a lot of money. I'm definitely gonna follow him. Definitely. Oh no, he took an exit. No. No, I gotta take an exit. Yeah, but in conclusion, I'm not trying to ramble on. I don't have a phone mount to make like notes, so I'm just gonna keep saying the same thing over and over. But yeah, if you ask me, I do kind of miss the old days of motovlogging, before everyone was so pressured to go fast, go into debt, and most importantly, just endanger their lives. You know, this is already a risk, and doing it for clout instead of skill, I'm just not a fan of, you know. I usually don't watch it when it's on. I usually skip to something, you know. There's a few people out there who just still make good classic content that is enjoyable to watch, you know. So other than that, that's my opinion. Thanks for listening. And if I do make another video, because I'm on the teeter-tottering on like how serious I want to take this, I work full-time, so it's kind of exhausting. But if I do make another video, I'll see you in the next one.